It's a song called "The Man and the Sliding Trombone."
I loved it. I love the title because you could imagine that immediately.
Well, the point is, Dave played guitar, and he also played trombone. And as we're going through his vintage tapes, we found a cassette tape of a track that he had recorded with the band in the early 50s. It's a studio recording with horns and Dave on the trombone. It's a marvelous record. So I said, Dave, that is just unbelievable. We ought to put it on project as a bonus track. And it's just great. Well, Supertrack was a very interesting song that Dave had written, and actually that was one of the first songs where I started to gain his trust, because he had everything in his head and everything was written out, and he wanted it. He was adamant. That's what he wrote. That's what he wanted to hear. So when it came to the guitar solo in that record, he had a guitar solo written out, which was going pretty well. But the kid that we brought in, this Jake Morale at the time, I just felt something a little bit. I felt he had a little bit more in his pores. I felt he was a little more loose, a little looser, and creative. So once Dave got the solo on this record that he liked, I said, Dave, would you mind if we just let Jake just play a few? I'm really interested to hear his take. And I knew I got Dave's trust that day, because Jake played this solo, and Dave leaned over and he winked at me. So I was comfortable at that point that I won him over. He let me have 12 notes, and I was happy with that. So this piece here, we were fortunate enough to get some video from APAP, show the band in action. So this is a great track.
Another great song off the Applejacks
Supertrack.
CD, Supertrack. Let's hear it now on Spot On. When you do showcases like they did in New York City, you get that instant feedback.
That's key.
And there was a song that really kind of resonated with a lot of the people that were at the convention. They were like,
Yes.
I like that song.
Yeah, and it did. It's a very interesting production, and the band plays it excellent. And so it's another. And this particular song called "Never Never Love," it has a really interesting the way Dave weaved the arrangement in and out. And I feel it's a good radio cut.
Why do you think that song, out of many of the others, just really stood out that caught their ear in the showcase?
I think a lot of it had to do with the production, because the production it took you different places, and it had just a great. For me, it just had a great radio flow to it. So it's one that doing this in this format and allowing this entire song with images to go out there, I think it's going to be an important song.
Let's hear more from the new Applejacks. The song is called "Never Never Love" here on Spot On. Never Never Love, and you also heard Super Track before from this great CD from the Applejacks, I Know You Want This. To give you more details, here's how to order.